The VMAs just wrapped, and we are breaking down all of the night's biggest moments, and there were a lot of them, so we got our work cut out for us. Welcome to MTV News Need to Know live VMAs post show. I'm Dometi Pongo with MTV News, and to help me break down all of the night's biggest moments are some of the dopest cultural commentators in the business. Let's get right to it. We got a lot to get to. First, introducing Scottie Beam, who's the co-host of Netflix's Okay Now Listen podcast and the Black Girl podcast. Scottie, thank you so much for being here. Beautiful Scottie Beam. We also got B.Dot Miller, former MTV News correspondent and the host of Artifacts and the Rap Radar podcast on Tidal. B.Dot, thank you for joining us. Also got Denny Directo, who is the ET Digital host and senior producer. He's also the co-host of ET Live at Home. Thank you for being here. And shout out to everyone who's streaming this right now on etlive.com. You can also stream us live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. Last but certainly not least, we've got Andy Lalwani, comedian and digital culture host of whatstrending.com. Not for nothing, he's also a Katy Perry superstar, so I know he's gonna work her in the conversation some kind of way. Thank you for being here, Andy. What's up with y'all? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Let's start off right where the show left off. The Black Eyed Peas closed the show out with a remarkable performance. Super crazy, some crazy things with the costumes and all of that, but it was
a lot.
It was a lot.
I'm still processing.
What do we think?
I was so surprised. I was surprised that it was their first VMAs performance. I was like, how? Like, how did VMAs not have them on speed dial after, like, I Got a Feeling or Where's the Love? Like, Where's the Love?
They made up for it. They made up for it.
Do you think the performance made up for it? Denny, what did you think of that performance, man?
I was confused what year it was, but you know what? I Got a Feeling still slaps. I think I could have done without the BEP light up chonies. Like, that was the part where I was like, what's happening here?
The glow sticks came through, though.
That's right. I was a little confused what's going on there, and considering how futuristic Black Eyed Peas have been in the past, I said the future, I was expecting maybe a little more with the green screen and the technology, but they turned it out.
They did turn it out. They did turn it out. Let's go into some of our favorite moments of the night, though. Obviously, we're in the middle of a pandemic, so the VMAs had to be creative with how they put this whole show together. But in any year, the VMAs is always going to give us some of those unexpected moments. I want to ask you guys, what are some of those unexpected moments that you didn't think you'd see? Some of those surprises, the upsets, the things that you like the most? We'll start with B.Dot right here, man. What was most unexpected for you this night?
Unexpected, man. I mean, us being here. I thought we were going to be on, the red carpet.
Exactly, man.
But there were moments that I did really enjoy. Like, I love the pre-show with Chloe and Haley. Like, they killed it, man. Like, their performance was one of the best to me of the night. It kind of reminded me of the Busta Rhymes, Janet Jackson, What's It Going to Be kind of vibe. And I love their song. I loved everything about it.
They got like the virtual performance thing down to a vibe. You know what I mean? Down to a science.
Absolutely.
Which is why it was supposed to be a main stage performance. Chloe and Halle, they've been getting down. They've been serving with these quarantine performances in their backyard, and it's like, I don't get it. Like, I didn't like that they were pre-show. I enjoyed the performance, and the album is on fire. Please stream it if you have a chance.
Absolutely.
But like the fact that they weren't main stage blew my mind a little bit. I was a little upset.
You ready next year?
Nominations that they have, like, I think they have one or two nominations. Is it right? I think they definitely should have had some more vocal in like the moment, up in the spotlight. Just love the duo. That's what I'm saying.
Who do you think should have performed on the, or who do you think had the best performance of the whole night, Denny? Let's start with you. The whole night, who had the best performance?
Listen, you didn't think I was going to wear silver sequins and not talk about Lady Gaga, did you? Literally. Like, I have been waiting for this performance for weeks now, ever since it was announced that she was going to hit the VMA stage for the first time in years. I think 2013 was the last time she performed, and we have been waiting to see literally any song from Chromatica live. And so this was the first time that she sang any of the songs from her new album live, and she saved it for the VMAs. There's a lot going on in the world, so I think she kind of delayed any promo, any plans to do other performances. And so, I think it was worth the wait. She gave us a medley. She also said, you know what? I'm gonna do this for the gays when she came out with Chromatica 2 into 911, and then we got the Rain on Me and then Stupid Love for the first time. I was gagged the whole time. She really did, I feel like, bring us to Chromatica. I was here for it.
And she won the Tricon Award for the first time. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later, but because of her movement in the activism space, as a pop star, and as an actor, this is the first time we've ever saw the Tricon Award. But I want to know, who do you think, or what did you expect to see from her in the next few years? Like, who do you think she's paving the way for artistically coming forward?
Well, Gaga has said that Oh, that's me. Yeah. Oh, duh. I'm the Gaga guy. I'm the Gaga guy.
Yeah. No, I read with Gaga expert.
Right. Well, what's amazing about Lady Gaga, especially with Chromatica and even this collaboration, and actually a couple collaborations on the record with Ari, with Blackpink, you know, she really is trying to bring in these other artists within under her wings and give them some of that spotlight too, you know. And I feel like she's her only competition, and so for her, it's all about giving back. She has said in a recent interview when she was promoting Chromatica that for her, she didn't get, you know, someone who she idolized or looked up to help her navigate this industry. So she wanted to be that for the Billie Eilishes, for the Aries, and for the Blackpink. So I think she's just kind of carving her own path, but also allowing people to kind of follow suit.
I love that. I love that. Andy, what was your biggest moment of the night, man? Favorite moment?
I have to say, I'm a big Gaga stan. Like, I was really all about it. When you're like sitting there, like just piggybacking off of Denny, like you literally thought, "Oh, she's done. Cool, great." No, you have like another transition to like a whole entirety. Also, the fact that she like started out with the interlude in 911, everyone was like watching because that was such a big viral moment this year. People created that trend on TikTok. We saw a lot of people just like really picking up where Chromatica didn't get its highlights, and it had a highlight of its own, especially here. It was really the Gaga show. Like, she really got to say, "Oop, I'm gonna come out, I'm gonna go on this brain." My last brain cell was literally that piano, because that's what I felt like from her performance. But she also, it's like just this person who can really just give her true thoughts and feelings, and she at least makes a beat and kind of gives that pivot to every performance, saying, "Look, love yourself, love what you do, and the world will give you what you need, but also be a good person." So every performance that you usually see her like in a big light, she at least acknowledges the world and where it's at right now. And so I think she just gave like a good transition to what we needed right now.
But let's talk about upsets though, because I'm surprised that Megan Thee Stallion didn't pull home a few more wins this evening. Yeah. Let's talk about upsets a bit, man. What do you think that Megan? There was a couple categories that we thought Megan might have come home with. She did come home with one Moon person. That's two, second one on her shelf. But what's some of those upsets we saw tonight?
Well, if you look at her, like she literally just had a big moment with Savage, like not even a moment, just like an entirety, because you looked at the TikTok trend of people recreating Savage in their own, in its entirety, and you had such a song that was used to really move a platform, became also like a big hit because of the platform. So just seeing that she collaborated with Beyonce, she did so much with that song, it helped her just move mountains entirely in this time. I'm really upset because like Song of the Year should have, in my opinion, I love Gaga. I think Megan really proved herself, and you saw that stream rate just like go increasingly every month and just move through so many units. And I'm kind of shocked. I think she should have had that, but she did get her one win, which I'm not as upset about. I think she should have gotten a little more. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, I'm with you right there, man. I remember Scottie when she got that win. Scottie, first thing she puts is give Megan her things.
You know? Give Megan her things. I am not playing. I RT everything Andy says. I was shocked that Megan didn't get, you know, the amount that I was expecting. But, you know, next year is next year. And we'll see. You know, y'all gonna stop playing in our faces.
You know,
she will come perform on the main stage. I was surprised that we didn't get a Meg's performance. You know, especially after her stellar, insane performance on the BET Awards. I was hoping. Yeah, where was WAP exactly?
Where was WAP?
Where was it? The VMAs usually shares the stage for those hot new singles. You remember Normani performed Motivation last year, and she wasn't even nominated. So I was like, bring the WAP. We need Cardi, we need Meg, and obviously, you know, Meg pre-recorded her acceptance speech, so I thought she was available.
Yeah, well, you know,
maybe next year.
We also thought Dua Lipa was available. Where was
my girl's booked though. Megan,
she is booked. You're not wrong.
We needed some Dua Lipa. But you know, Megan is still recovering. You know what I'm saying? We send our love to our sister Meg, but she's bounced
True.
back so strong that we kind of forget that she's going through a traumatic experience. So the fact that
Very
she's
true.
even been as active as she has is a miracle and a testament to her strength.
Which is
as
why
a
she
woman.
deserves. This is why she deserves the VMAs as many movies
Next
as
year.
she wants.
Next year.
What about this year?
So-
Justice
They're not
for
gonna
Stallion.
They're not gonna Susan Lucci, Megan Thee Stallion. I guarantee you, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, well,
I
one
know
thing.
we won't let that happen.
Well, here's one set that got me though. Here's one upset that got me. I did not think The Weeknd was going to win Best R&B. Now, Blinding Lights was a dope record. After Hours was an amazing album, but I look at those as works of pop. I did like that when he came out and gave his acceptance speech. You know, he talked about justice for Jacob Blake. He talked about justice for Breonna Taylor. And I love the opening of the show. You know, we saw the socially distant stage. Saw The Weeknd starting off disoriented, coming up into the performance. It was super ill, you know, that's his aesthetic right now.
That was
but
amazing.
that wasn't a best R&B song to me. Maybe best pop. I don't know. What'd you think of that, B.Dot? What you think?
Yeah, it was kind of weird because I mean I love Blinding Lights. It's one of my favorite songs of the year. But pop, I don't know, man. I mean for R&B, it's more of a pop record. You know, like I don't think this is a kickback barbecue kind of record. You know what I'm saying? Like this is something that you hear more so at the club or you know with the glow sticks and stuff. Like I don't think it's an R&B record.
With
you know what I'm
glow
saying?
sticks.
With the glow sticks. Back to
I'm
the
just
glow
saying.
Sticks. What is it with you guys and glow sticks, man?
The dollar
What's
store
with the
can get a
Black
lot of
Eyed
promotion
Peas?
from this.
The glow sticks.
Well, listen, obviously, this year's show was out of the ordinary and sometimes constraints breed creativity. And I want to know what those innovative moments were in this time of a virtual VMA show for the first time in history. What were some of those innovative virtual moments that really caught your attention? Andy, break it down, man. What'd you like?
I mean, we're talking about technology in general. Like, the entirety of the show was done with social distancing guidelines. It's entirety of COVID. It's obviously like what's happened in 2020 to bring justice, to bring light. Technology also just came through. We had like no real audience that was there. We had a lot of people who were at home tuning in, whether it was from their iPad, from their laptop. There was not a single person who was an attendee at that performance. And it was just something that you see just visually come to play of how can we really create an engaging entire piece for somebody and keep you at your attention span's wits, because I was really gooped, gagged, everything in between of like BTS's entirety, of also like Doja Cat's entire setup, like when we talk costume, light. I don't know how they did it. That's a lot of tech hours and work.
Can we talk about Doja's performance real quick, because that really was next level. I was so impressed with the graphics on that, and you know the budget snapped, y'all. I was like, this is an amazing green screen performance, and plus to do like a kind of a remix of Say So, which I mean we all know it's been playing on repeat over and over all year long. So it was kind of nice to get like a fresh take on it. I was here for that performance.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a big fan of Miley Cyrus's performance. I mean, it didn't really have all the big bells and whistles, but you know, the red monochromatic scene, and then she brought the disco ball, it kind of gave me Wrecking Ball vibes. I was like, all right, Miley.
Yeah.
I see.
It's interesting. It's interesting. She wants to like forget old Miley, but she's like, I don't want you to forget this, because this is what I am bringing you and gonna remind you of every day is me sitting on something, which is
It's Wrecking Ball 2.0. Wrecking Ball 2.0.
It's very on brand.
Yeah. It's Miley being Miley.
Yeah, the whole show was like next level 2.0. Like the stage design, when they kicked it off, and I saw them zoom back, you see Kiki in the middle, and you've got this distance around her, the circumference, then you got the zoom on the buildings, and you still have the element of the live audience members. It made me think about, man, what are we gonna see concerts look like in the future, like drive-in concerts? And then you see Maluma with the drive-in concert aesthetic for his performance. Denny, what you think about that?
It really is a reflection of live music right now in the age of COVID, right? We've seen so many drive-in concerts pop up. We've seen socially distant concerts pop up in the UK where people are literally in these little pods, like these risers 6 feet apart from each other. So, it was kind of amazing to see him light it up though and really deliver a New York performance, right, for the VMAs. I gotta say, he was competing against all of these other performers that were doing some amazing green screen work. So, it's hard to compare those. But I also want to give a shout out, speaking of people, adapting their performances because of the pandemic. Seeing Ariana Grande perform Rain on Me with a black mask on that she never took off, I was like, dang, this is kind of a trip. And also, it comparably to Lady Gaga's like high-tech mask, I'm not sure it really met up to the standard, but I was just like tripping out that I was watching Ari literally just like, Rain on Me, you know?
Right.
I like Lady Gaga's mask. It reminded me of Bane from Batman, you know, with the lines and everything.
Oh, I was literally gonna say Karen, Plankton's wife from SpongeBob, the computer. Like that was giving me much Karen vibes. Like, fine.
She has so many. She has so many masks.
Lady Gaga's ahead of her time. This is something that she would have worn in any year.
In Chromatica, we wear
Facts.
masks. Nothing but masks. The future is masks.
Scottie, what was the most innovative performance for you as far as the tech goes?
I would have to say the baby. I enjoyed the baby's performance. I think personally he's a visionary and he will continue to push the envelope and, you know, continue to push through boundaries, you know what I'm saying? And I think watching him, even like before quarantine and all this, has been like beautiful to me. Something that I love and I thrive on watching because like this was made for him. Like this moment was made for him and it was very clear during that performance. So I really do enjoy watching the baby.
I want to get into some more of those most impactful moments of the night because artists like the baby use their platform to raise their voices about social issues. We saw it in his performance when he had that scene stepping on top of that police car and the lyrics to Rockstar and some of his other records. What were some of those most impactful moments? You know, we're dealing with a pandemic right now, very consequential presidential election, and the civil rights movement of our time. And the VMAs gave artists a platform to voice their opinions on some of these issues. Let's kick it over to Denny, man. What do you think some of the most impactful moments of the night were?
Well, we anticipated this, right? That there were going to be some poignant moments given the state of the country and everything that's going on right now. You know, this year was not the year for Kanye to upstage Taylor or any outrageous, you know, tongue-wagging from Miley moments like that because the harsh realities of the world, you know? And so what I thought was amazing, though, was Keke Palmer just kicking out the entire night, addressing the death of Chadwick Boseman. You know, obviously this was a death that was hugely, I mean, it shook the world this weekend, you know, and much like the way the Grammys pivoted when Kobe Bryant died, you know, I'm glad that the VMAs took a moment to pay tribute to him as well.
And it reminded us of that moment where he gave the trophy away to someone who put their life on the line to save someone else's. So, I mean, just a class act from that past MTV Movie and TV Awards moment, man. B.Dot noticed something very unique, specific, and minute, something I didn't even pick up. What was that impactful moment for you?
It was the subtle thing. It was something from Nessa in the pre-show. I noticed her earrings that had Breonna Taylor on it. So she was, you know, recognized as Breonna Taylor, and I was like, oh, okay, it's fashion, but it's also activism in the same way, bringing awareness to that tragic situation. So I thought that was really cool. But also, the weekend, you know, it was like bittersweet for him. It's like he wants to be happy about winning these awards, but at the end of his speeches, he's you know, talking about Breonna Taylor and Mr. Blake. So it's bittersweet.
Yeah. Another moment for me was the video for Good going to her for her song I Can't Breathe, man. That record, such a powerful record. I listened to it, as I was prepping for this earlier this morning, I'm listening to that record, watching the video, really hoping that she was going to pull that win out, and she actually did. And, you know, those songs in that category were powerful, man, from Nat, from Lil Baby's Bigger Picture, all of that stuff, man. Scottie, what was some of the biggest moments for you as far as the activism piece goes and how it played out on the VMA stage?
I think Weeknd saying that he can't truly celebrate this moment because of what's going on, you know, really, I felt that wholeheartedly because, you know, they will recognize a black person's art before they respect the life of the black man or woman who creates it. So, you know, I know that it's difficult to have to recognize that they love my culture, but they just don't love me. You know what I'm saying? Having that, you know, and walking around with that can get heavy, and I'm just hoping that the music that they're making is just as therapeutic for, you know, them as it is for the person who's listening. You know, I hope this is something that, you know, they are doing to make sure that they are giving themselves some grace and giving themselves some rest, you know. So when I hear her and, you know, I hear Weeknd and, you know, Anderson .Paak, you know, certain songs like that, you know, where I'm like, I just hope that they're doing this for themselves too. I know they want to help the world, but I'm hoping that they help themselves. So yeah, I it's hard. This is a fight that's not ours, D. This is a fight that's not ours. We are fighting racism in years and centuries of oppression. So, this can be hard, this can be heavy, and then on top of that, you have to create or you want to create. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. It's a lot. So I just give the respect to everyone that keeps fighting and also keeps creating. Because, your activism is in creation.
That's said beautifully, especially because, we're in a time where people want to engage with all of this, but for our mental health, we need those moments to escape and kind of just enjoy the artists and their creativity and enjoy the art. And so trying to find that fine line between engaging with the issues that need to be engaged with and finding space for joy is something that I think we, a balance that we tried to strike with the VMAs this year looked like. Andy, what was that impactful moment for you?
I mean, there were quite a few. Everyone definitely hit all the marks of overall these artists being reflective of the movement we have going on right now. I will take another pivot to Lady Gaga saying a couple of things that definitely hit home for people who wonder what can they do right now in this day and age. And she said, you can do this, anybody can do this who's sitting in from at home. You can become this person who speaks on such a powerful platform overall. You can also be a listener, you can be an advocate. It can start from anywhere. And if you feel a time that you are hopeless right now is a time that a lot of us are feeling low energy and at the same time feeling like our voices can be uplifted in some way. She also talked about how when you are an artist and getting this time to kind of raise your entirety of your platform, she started the Born Straight Foundation. She also mentioned about how there are times she felt like she was a small person in a room and obviously 99 people in one room. She can always bring it back to that. But she definitely made mention of, I don't know if anybody caught this, but I think Twitter did, was the California roll. So she's I'm not here for just a moment, we're gonna keep going, whatever else. So, but she's don't eat the California roll. And a lot of people were confused what that is, but everyone kind of definitely took notion that she and many others can pave ways when you start from nothing. So
absolutely. You know what? I'm gonna keep that same energy for our last segment, Sell Me On It. Sell Me On It is when I give each of you 30 seconds to sell me on the answer to the question that I have. And my question tonight is built off of Lady Gaga, who again won the Tricon Award for versatility in music, in acting, and in championing the causes that she believes in. And it was kind of like an award that culminates her legacy, everything that she's done in music. I want to know who that artist is coming up next that will be our future Video Vanguard Award winner or our future Tricon Award winner. And I'm going to give you 30 seconds to sell me on who that person is. Now, I know we aren't together, but I got a few prizes that I normally give out if we were in studio that I would give you. These are some random VMA merch that I got.
Oh, I need it.
No, I think it's a California roll.
It's a California roll. It's a candle that I have for some reason, and you know what? I don't have a moon man, but I have an astronaut squishy, MTV VMA theme. I'm gonna get us to one of y'all in 2021. Yes. Are you confident, Andy? You think you're gonna win this, huh?
Last, I'm going last.
You going last? Okay, who wants to go first? Let's start this off with B.Dot, man. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
All right.
On the spot first, Dot. You know what I'm saying? Sell me on it. Who is the future of music?
I don't think I'm gonna need 30 seconds. I think the next Vanguard Award winner, if he keeps doing it, is gonna be DaBaby. I think he takes cues from previous Vanguard recipient Missy Elliott. His videos are animated, they're lively, and they're engaging, and they're very fun. And I like DaBaby's videos, and I think he's gonna win if he keeps it up, man. So DaBaby, I think he's going all the way.
Ooh, that's a good one, and with some time to spare.
What's some time to spend?
Let's see,
I'm
man.
Drink to that.
Yeah, toast, my man. Okay, let's go, Denny Directo, man. Let's see if you can beat that. 30 seconds. Sell me on it.
Listen, I got 10 seconds for 3 different answers. One, if we're talking about younger artists and you're thinking about impactful visuals, someone whose music videos are really, part of the cultural zeitgeist, that's Billie Eilish. I feel like she has been an up and up. Obviously, she swept at the Grammys last year, and she has so many fans. I feel like she's the one to look out for. But technically, Lady Gaga hasn't won the Video Vanguard Award, and I'm like, well, when is it? When is she going to? Because for 3 decades now, she has been turning out these visuals that make such a huge impact on the culture. Not to mention, the art form of the music video is not lost on her. So let's give her the Vanguard Award. I don't know what the Tricon Award recipient was, but let's give her a Vanguard Award. Or I'm hoping one day we'll get back to giving some Vanguard Awards to music video directors. There's some amazing female video directors like Melina Masukas, who actually directed Just Dance, Lady Gaga, and also Hannah Lux Davis. Maybe one day we can give it to a director too.
Ooh, I love that. I love that. I love that, man. Andy,
I want to say
got
my speech over.
Hey, that kid! I saw the candle and I snapped.
Well, we're gonna go to Scottie Beam next. Scottie Beam, the Scottie Beam. Sell me on it.
I'm just gonna say Black women in music, and I'm gonna CC hip hop. We are going to get the respect and checks that we deserve. Okay, we are no longer giving in to the agendas and expectations that were created for us, but not by us. So we are aware of our value, you know, in this culture. These women are telling their stories unapologetically, you know what I'm saying, stepping past these impossible and totally ignorant boundaries of misogyny that, you know, that misogyny created. So Tara Wack, Flo Milli, Azalea Banks, Megan Thee Stallion, Chica, No Name, The City Girls, Sweetie, all and more. I could name more, but you know I got
Mulatto,
30 seconds. So
McKaylee 47,
all
Mulatto,
of them. I mean,
Rhapsody.
look. D. Look at the material.
Right,
So the
right.
purse, you know, is going to be open. Somebody has to open their purse, and the world will have to do it. So there's that.
That's good. Time.
Well said.
Yeah, drops mic. Andy Lalwani, last
Okay.
but certainly not least, sell me on it.
Sell you on it. Basically, like obviously I said, Billie Eilish has taken the stage, and if you look at her Vanity Fair interview, she's reoccurrently come back every year and proven statistically that she is still the same person. She still obviously looks back and says, wow, I can't believe how different I feel about the world every year, but I am still the same person who wants to put out great light. Just jumping off of that, you're looking at like Dua Lipa. Dua Peep, who's embraced that name and she's kind of gone with it. She's kind of taken this entirety of her entire womanhood and the entire pop music and looking at her tracks of like Hurts Like Hell or Hotter Than Hell. We're looking at things like No Rules. We're looking at visually her just creating entire artworks and pieces, even physical. That was such a movement and an entirely new streamed album that just went to #1. And like you're talking about bops after bops after bops, Levitating, the remixes, Gwen Stefani. We're gonna keep going down that tunnel, but I think personally she's evolving. She's been told she can't dance. She's doing the duck boot meme, but she's visually beating on everybody. She's gonna constantly prove like I'm still here and doing it.
Man, I got my work cut out for me. I don't know who's gonna win this. The Baby was a phenomenal answer, phenomenal music videos. But Scottie Beam is a woman after my own heart because she named all of these gorgeous folks in hip hop, and I'm a hip hop head. I gotta give the Moon person.
They out here. Thank you.
I'm gonna hand it to Scottie Beam. That's
Come
what
on,
we do.
man.
Scottie. Good job,
See,
Scottie.
now I know how Megan
felt
feels,
that.
man. I got robbed.
Thank
I
you.
felt that.
Rob, please.
You know,
Well deserved. Well
but
deserved.
Thank
I'm
you.
telling you, well deserved. But honorable mention, Denny, I loved your answer because Billie Eilish, and you came with receipts. So I might have to find another consolation prize for you. Let me see. We got an MTV mug for you right here. What you think?
Oh my god.
I'll take it. Listen,
Oh,
I just
that's
moved into a new
cute.
place. I need some glassware. I'll take it. Thank you.
No jars.
I feel like two of us were robbed tonight too. I would like to report a case of foul play. So.
Oh man, listen, this has been so much fun breaking this down with you guys. For folks that didn't get a chance to catch the bit of the show, big wins. Video of the award winner was Blinding Lights by, of course, The Weeknd. You also had the Tri-Count Award winner, Lady Gaga. She was a big winner tonight, won Best Collaboration with Ariana Grande as well for Rain On Me. So this is a super dope award show. Big thank you to Scottie Beam, Denny Directo, B.Dot Miller, and my man Denny Directo, or Andy Lalwani. Did I say Denny twice? I'm showing you a lot of
You did,
love,
girl.
man.
As I said, I've been robbed multiple times.
Yo, shout out to everybody watching on etlive.com and streaming this right now on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And until next year, hopefully in person, I'll see y'all there. This has been MTV News. Need to know. I'm Dometi Pongo.
We'll be back.
Thank.
See you,
Bye, guys.
Great D. Woo!
Woo!